Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Affair on Poplar Lane. I hope you are all able to tune in and view easily. OBS and Zoom updated before the stream. So hopefully they're just minor updates. We'll see what happens. Before we get going and say hello to everyone, please check out our social links, including our Twitter, Discord, and YouTube, where you can find us and our community and come and interact with us and get a game should you so desire. Morning Hawkeye, good to see you. Also, please check out the tweet. You can retweet the tweet and let everyone know where you are, and we would very much appreciate that. It helps us out, lets everyone know what's going on. Also, please check out our sponsors. We are sponsored by the Deck of Many. You know their Deck of Many things. But I want to highlight their Deck of Many animated spell cards. Go and check them out now. They've got a discount on those at the moment. And also check out Mage Hand Press, our other sponsors, who created Dark Matter, an expansion for 5e, and some other expansions of 5e as well. Go and check them out. We appreciate them. They make this all possible. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Oh, hi, Jay. How are you doing this week?
I am thriving. I hope everyone else is thriving as well. I am super excited. Shit hit the fan last week, and knowing our group, I only expect it to get far worse. Which is all good. I love that. So yeah, I'm Jay, or Jay Guns Gold, and I'm gonna go around the Zoom thing. So next up, Matt. You said I'm reading your name in Zoom.
Oh my goodness, it's like the opposite now.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Matt. I'm a filmmaker. I stream over on the Ascension Stories channel, and so I'll be hanging out with you guys in chat today. And I'm playing Benjamin Jackson. He's a day trader, though I guess you wouldn't guess it. And I don't know. You'll see. All right, that's it.
And next up, we've got Jordan. Welcome back. We missed you last week.
Hi, I missed you guys last week a ton. I'm really glad to be back. I am playing Jemiah Krent, who is just a very simply fabulous girl stuck in a very complicated social experiment. I don't know. But yeah, this week is going to be a really big week. This week, I'm actually launching a Twitch channel with one of my really close friends, Matt Hoadley. And so you can check us out on Tuesday and Wednesdays.
Nice.
I've got that stuff going on my Twitter and also the stream's Twitter. So hopefully it'll be great. And I'm love to be here. And I'll also be back here on Saturday. So.
And let's see, it was Jam something games? Jam?
Yeah, it's Jam Game Streams.
Gotcha.
Congrats on the launch, Jordan.
Thanks.
And I hope I can tune in. I would like to see you and all your DMing action.
Is Jam Game Jordan and Matt?
Yep, you got it.
All right.
Nailed it. Also, thank
Matt
you
is
very
so
much.
smart.
Oh.
I am very smart.
Potato Hollow, who gifts a resub to our wonderful bot and requests that the advantage goes to Benji, who needs it.
Oh no.
We're gonna be doing stuff today, fam.
Oh yeah. And then next up we have got Kai. How you doing, Kai?
Heyo, I'm doing pretty well. I'll be playing James Handley, who is a very anxious photographer, and I am really curious as to how we're gonna make everything worse today. You can find me on Twitter, where I yell a lot, and that is my specialty.
Awesome, thank you. And last but not least, who will you be playing today, Scrat?
Daniel Kensington, and today we're going with Disheveled Daniel, because, well, I guess we'll find out what happened to Daniel in the recap last week, but needless to say, he's not looking as good as he normally does.
Awesome. So, yeah, speaking of recap, let's roll the timeline back a little bit and take a look at what happened, especially for Jordan, who missed last week. So, after flying above Poplar Lane, Daniel and Benjamin happened to see some odd movement out in the woods by Poplar Lane. And later in the day, the group went out to explore, see what's going on. where they discovered a group of people transferring adrenarol from the ruins of the destroyed community center to this clearing in the woods where they were burying the adrenarol, presumably to like hide it or something. They were wrapping it in plastic to preserve it. After doing some spying and Daniel infiltrating the group, our team realizes that this party consists of none other than Susanna Romano, Patrick Romano, Lawrence and Henry Goodman, this officer, Officer McKinley, and Edgar, which is apparently the name of Miss Robinson's pool boy, and the group is being led by none other than Mrs. Robinson. And after some dramatics, Miss Robinson, disappointed by her protege, Susanna Romano, shoots and kills Susanna on the spot after a dramatic monologue.
Where we all were during the dramatic monologue, can we say, because
Yes.
Scratticus actually did a really good job of
That was the next, that was
like Daniel
the
did
next-
good.
That was definitely the next step. So during this dramatic monologue, we have Daniel hiding in the future grave site of Susanna, where she is shot above the grave and her dead corpse falls onto it. We also have Benjamin Jackson, who is locked in the car of Mrs. Robinson as he was caught by none other than Edgar. And,
You say caught. It's not like they had to try hard.
no, they did. I mean, Benjamin revealed himself pretty
I walked up to him.
yeah.
Hey, it's Benjamin.
I can't leave you guys alone for like any time period without the world exploding.
Jemima,
Tried.
we're here.
But luckily we've got Kai, who is, tucked away very nicely in the woods, filming this whole situation on his smartphone. Or I should say James, who's hiding. But yeah, so it's a mess of a situation. We left off with Daniel, who escaped from the scene, getting back into his car with Helen and stepping on the gas, driving up to pick up his friend so they can run off. In the process, he hit our old friend, Mrs. Robinson, and we ended with a crunch. So that's where we're at. But
Yeah.
you know what? Let's put all of that. Let's take all of that. Let's compartmentalize that for a hot minute. Store that away in the back of your mind just for a second.
It's pretty difficult.
And Jemiah, it's been, so throughout the course of this day that all this is going on, where in the world was Jemiah? What was Jemiah up to?
What are you doing?
Well, definitely nothing like that. She had gone, her family had come back to the state of Pennsylvania, and she had taken a little day trip with them to just kind of spend time and catch up, things like that. She doesn't get to see them very frequently, so it was really nice for them to come by. And so she's just probably, she had probably gotten back later. What time of day are we starting?
This is gonna be at night. This is pretty late at night.
Okay, she probably is just pulled back into town from like her day, just kind of relaxing with her family and like going to lunch and shopping with mom and talking business with Dad and.
Very good. So,
Thank you very much to Sphinx, who's donated an auto success to Jemiah with the message, because they were away last week, please don't get shot.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, use it. Use that auto success. You're gonna need it. But anyway, okay. So now that we know exactly where Jemiah has been, that can put all of our minds at ease. Crunch. The headlights come rushing up towards this group of criminals, and Miss Robinson, who had just been thrown off the car door by Benjamin Jackson, is in the middle of the street as Daniel Kensington's car runs right over her leg. She is not dead. Miss Romano, not yet at least. Miss Romano screams out in pain. And
Robinson, right?
oh my gosh, sorry. All the R names. We have Robinson, Reese, and Romano. Not a good move on my part, but
I was about to say, dude, like she just like tapped my head and she's like, "Yo, I'm dead. I'm not dead."
So,
I'm not.
yeah, the R names are a lot. So excuse me.
No, you're all good. I just wanted to be very clear, because if you were genuinely saying that Romano wasn't dead, I was, well, like Matt said.
that would be wild. Like
It's just
her
a flesh
zombified
wound.
Corpse. That's a side effect of adrenaline, apparently. No.
Oh.
Okay, my light just fell, but it's fine because it was barely doing anything for me anyway. So, where were we? Yes. Miss Robinson's leg is run over by this car as she's attempting to stand up and get away. And you hear this loud crunch and this cry for help. We have James that's in the nearby woods, Benjamin who's still in the car of Miss Robinson's car, which Daniel's car has pretty much pulled up next to on this road, and Daniel driving the car. What's your move?
I assume the car is still kind of like moving like a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna like hit the brakes, but I'm not stopping.
Right. So both my calves are outside the car. What did I roll? Like an 11 on athletics. To push Mrs. Robinson away and into the line of drivery. And so I'm going to use those same calf muscles to launch myself up onto the car, so that I can get away with Daniel.
When you say onto the car,
Mm-hmm.
do you mean onto or into?
Oh, the doors are closed, right?
Well, yeah, I would have
Yeah,
wound down
I'm
a
like on
window.
the- I'm
I would
like-
have
I'm like
wound down
hanging
a
on.
window, though. You can
I
dive through.
I go from using the calf muscles to launch to using the biceps to squeeze, like the side of the
Okay.
side of the cars.
Yeah, I would.
So I can hang on.
I definitely have wound down the windows to make this easier. Daniel's intention would have been for Benji to dive through the window, but if Benji wants to dive on top and hold on, we can accommodate this.
Okay. So your athletics roll last week was to push Miss Robinson off the car. So you're gonna have to make another athletics roll.
This
for
is a new one, yeah. Using a different set of muscles. Okay. Oh snap! You know what I didn't do? I didn't pull up roll 20.
Rip.
Rip.
Benjamin dies.
It's okay. It's okay. Because just within a couple clicks, we're there. All right, here we go. Did I have an advantage? I did. From potato. I'm gonna use it. And I'm gonna use this. I've got some adrenaline going, so I'm gonna use a couple more points of athletics. So I'm gonna put 2 points into it. Ooh, so much better.
Okay. Yep.
All right, that's a 5 plus 2 is 7.
You you can do just that. You transfer you start with your leg muscles to launch yourself forward, and then you have your biceps swell up as you grasp onto the window, and and you latch onto the side of this car.
And I'm just screaming, Daniel!
Daniel doesn't need turning twice. His foot's trying to go through the floor.
And what about you, Kai? Or James?
James is he stopped recording, and the first thing he's just texting like wildly to the group, just going like, go, just go. Like he's trying to stay. He's moving back, but keeping an eye on the headlights to see whether they're actually like leaving. I mean, because he's just intending to leg it.
Daniel is looking towards the woods where James was. He wouldn't be checking his phone much. Maybe Helen might be.
Helen, he's intending on Helen.
Okay. Jemiah, can you roll a sense trouble as you're getting out of your car and you pull up on the driveway? You just had a great day with your family.
Oh yeah, you got it.
267 messages group chat.
Yep.
Yo, this is sick.
So
airplane mode off.
Not only do you get a flood of text messages as you turn off airplane mode, but you also hear a yelp from the woods. It sounds like someone just screamed out in pain. In the woods not too far from the lane.
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is go put all my stuff inside and grab a flashlight, because I'm not going into the woods without a flashlight. And then I guess I'm feeling bold. I'll go out there and I'll look and see what's happening. But also I'll be very cautious, because I really don't like being out at night, and I really don't like being out at night by myself. So she's very like cautious. So living her best life.
You don't like being outside at night by yourself, and yet.
Still go.
Okay.
Here we are.
So Daniel, you hear Benjamin yelling out for you, and you're in this position now. You've if you drive forward any further, you're going to be driving into this cluster of people that have gathered here on this night.
What are they doing? Do they look like they're grabbing torches and pitchforks?
So this is all happening very fast because you were stepping on the gas, but you see Edgar, who is rushing up now towards the side of the car, but it looks more like he's moving towards Miss Robinson than the car. And in this panic, you don't have a good view on Miss Robinson. Your headlights are forward and she's behind you at this point, but you do see this group of people panicking, and they are definitely running out of the way because they don't want to get hit by your car. But
oh, they're running out of the way. Well, that's just perfect. Helen, hold on to Benji's arms, and I'm gonna leave one hand on the steering wheel. I'm gonna leave the car in like second, because it's a manual. I'm British. I'm gonna hold on to Benji's hand with the other hand, hoping that Helen does the same, and I'm just gonna drive right at them and hope they've got some Jackie Chan skills.
Dude's trying to rack up points, bro.
Okay.
Play the
Okay.
game.
Can you make a driving test?
I'm gonna add 3 points to this.
Okay.
Ooh, it's a 5.
Okay. So you can run through the crowd. No one is able to like get on the latch onto your car. Benjamin is secure. But it sounds if you there's a thump, and you're pretty sure that you have either hit someone or maybe ran over someone else's leg or someone else's body, but you can't really tell who. It's a little bit of a chaotic mess right now. You're heading towards the clearing. You know from your experience walking back and forth to transfer the adrenaline from, I want to say red lyrium as if this is like fucking Dragon Age. From transferring the adrenaline from the community center to the ditch, that there's no other exit that this car can fit through. Like that's the path that leads into and out of this clearing. There's a path you are walking on towards the center, but that's a walking path. Like your car cannot fit through that. So where would you direct your car?
Towards the exit, which is car-sized, and I hope Benji's holding on tight because I'm shifting to third. We're probably getting up to around 50 miles per hour at the minute, I would say.
Oh, you froze up for a second.
Oh, yeah, I did. That was new.
But you're in now.
Yeah, so I'm going to be shifting to third as I probably hit around the 50-mile-an-hour mark and heading towards that car-sized exit, still holding on to Benji. Gonna be a one-handed gear change. It's a bit of a risk, but there we go.
Yeah. So it's a sharp turn. You it's like a drift kind of situation. This clearing is a grassy clearing. The tires are like kicking tons of dirt up into the air. And can you make another driving test to make sure you don't spin out and go flying into the woods?
I'm just gonna add 1 to it this time.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Who
you
knew? Daniel, one-handing it, open palming it. There we go.
you know, you I love that. That's perfect. You know, like your experience from being a pilot, like although piloting and driving are not the same skill, you just have like this sense of like how to control a vehicle, and it just like it's like a second nature to you, and you're able to do like this really badass U-turn drift thing and head right back the way you came. On your way back towards the exit, you do see who you had hit. It was none other than Officer McKinley, who you can't really tell like what state he's in, but he's lying down on the ground, and there's some blood, but you don't know where. You don't know if he's alive or dead. He's just on the ground, but everyone else has now scattered and moved off to the side, and you can just head straight back down the way you came. You also pass by Miss Robinson and Edgar. Miss Robinson, you can see exposed bone. There's exposed bone. There's tons of blood. It's not, like there's some things you can't unsee, and this is one of those things. And Edgar is panicking. He's right now tying something around her leg. He took his shirt off and is tying his shirt around her leg. You can add that to the shirtless counter. And you're able to speed down this path. Kai, or I keep saying Kai, James, you see the car do this like crazy maneuver and speed back the opposite direction. And it seems like people are panicking. People are running about, and some people have actually run into the woods as they were trying to escape the path of Daniel's car. So people are getting closer.
I'm legging it. I'm running.
Okay. Are you gonna continue to run through the woods?
Yeah, as
Okay.
best as I can, really.
All right. Can you roll in athletics?
All right.
Let's just look back up here as well. Sweet Photogans, thank you very much for the resub. They gift their advantage to Benji. And Paladin Hulk, you also have been gifted a sub by Michael. Thank you very much, Michael. And let us know where you want that sub to go as. Oh, I'll do the same. There you go. It's 2 for Benji. 2 more advantages for Benji.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Oh no.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh no.
That means you're gonna do wild shit.
And you're gonna succeed.
Well,
That's
shit's
the
why I'm here, though,
problem.
man.
That's both reassuring and very worrying.
Okay. So, Kai, you are you're able to run and get out of those woods, but can you also roll a fleeing test to make sure that you escape the sights of the group that's here? Not that they have seen you yet, but
Well, let's see. Ooh.
yep. You effectively are like you keep your head down and but you're moving really fast and you're weaving through the thorn bushes in these woods and you escape this disaster area. Jeremiah, were you gonna drive out there? Were you gonna walk out there? How?
Well, how far? Like, because if it's like right behind my house, I'll probably walk. But if it's like a minute, I'll get in my car.
You can walk. Walking could take but walking would take like up to 5 minutes.
Okay, we'll just walk.
Okay. So, by the time you get to where the path starts, that leads into the woods, that would probably be around the point when Daniel is comes barreling down the street with Benjamin lashed to the side of his car.
I feel like Jemiah stops dead in her tracks and literally just stands there and watches, like with a very confused look on her face, this like scenery. Like why is Benji on the outside of the car? I have so many questions.
You could also see Helen in the passenger seat.
I will actually stop the car. Because I think we're far enough away to actually let Benji in the car, and now Jemiah's here as well. We should really gather up our people and get the heck out of Dodge, in my opinion. So I'm gonna stop the car and be like, Jemiah, get in! Benji, you too. This has been fun, but you should get in the car.
At the same time that Daniel says, Jemiah, get in, I say, Jemiah, get on.
What? Yeah, whatever. And she's gonna like just turn off her flashlight and just like walk to the car and like open the back seat, look at Benji directly in the eyes, and get in the car.
All right. And I'll get off the car and get inside.
Yeah, and while in the process of all this happening and Jeremiah getting into the car, James, you can also catch up with the group and and you see as you approach Jeremiah getting in.
I'm running at the car. And I'm just I stop. I'm like, where the fuck do you guys think you're going?
Anywhere away from here. They know, James.
Away.
Yeah, no shit, they know.
What
the
is
fuck
going
was that?
on?
Allah, why are you in the car?
I think
Well-
she's dead, bro.
To the desert. And I'm gonna put my foot down and just get the heck out of Dodge.
James is dead. Just like, okay, I guess.
I think I've ended up sitting in the middle in the back seat. So I'm just kind of like, With Jemiah and James.
James is like on the side, like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. Just that face, you know, like.
And I'm not worrying about like speeding or anything. I want to get out of this town as quick as I possibly can. And I don't know if there's a nearby wood, desert, canyon, somewhere remote. That's where I'm headed.
Okay, so when y'all texted me, did y'all literally give me play-by-plays of what was going on? Because at this point, Jemiah is legitimately reading through all of the notifications she's gotten from you guys.
It's mostly like, give me a milkshake. What's flavor do you want? I'm going to
I
McDonald's.
forgot I did that.
Do you have this? And then all of a sudden, it's like 28 messages of James just going, go.
So Jemiah's gonna put down her phone and be like, does anybody want to explain to me what's going on? Because this is nice and all, but
Daniel's
yeah.
a murderer.
What?
I wasn't a murderer first.
What?
true. That's true. That's really true.
I wasn't a murderer first.
Yeah.
This is off to a great start, guys.
I'm just gonna let them explain it.
By the way, Jemiah Daniel is like soaked in blood right now. Like, and also
Oh.
Helen is wearing a hat that seems to be covered in blood.
Oh,
That's
I
not the
can-
blood of the one he murdered, though.
I can show it, but it's kind of graphic.
you what? There's a video?
Of course.
What?
Did you video that shit?
I can't leave town for one day. Okay,
It's in the cloud.
We can totally kill two birds with one stone here. James, why don't you play the video back? We'll bring Jemiah up to speed and we'll see how good our evidence is. And
I don't think we should kill anything else tonight. I think we're good.
I wasn't planning on doing anything like that.
So okay. So what's the game plan now?
run.
Okay.
Where?
The desert.
My house?
Your house.
Or my house.
Yeah, like, why is she in the car? She's like the least. She's
No,
not
you're part of
gonna
it now.
You, by putting her in here.
No. Maybe. It doesn't matter. You're part of it now.
That's
Thanks,
not a
Benji.
good thing, Benji. This is not a high school club. We don't have a secret handshake.
We're stronger together.
Daniel, go to my house. Park your car in my garage. We'll figure it out.
Well, I mean, Daniel's been driving this whole time, so, like, where are we? Like,
Okay, so a little bit of Pennsylvania geography for you. There's no deserts.
Yeah, you keep saying go to the desert. Like, what the fuck are we gonna
I
find
don't know what the
now?
heck Pennsylvania is.
There's no canyons. There's
Like
no
half of
canyons.
America's a desert. Just go somewhere.
Yeah, right? Like, I only just learned that Philadelphia was in Pennsylvania last week, and I'm going there in December.
Oh, it is.
But Pennsylvania, at least I'm pretty sure Pennsylvania has a lot of caves. I think it's like especially in the area you're in, it's like more like the mountains, the rural areas. There's, if you drive out far enough, there's dirt into the more obscure parts. There's it's all woodlands. It's all lots of greenlands, lots of greenery, trees, woods. But there's some caves too. But most of them are like tourist attractions. Like most of them are not like unexplored, like let's go spelunking type things. It's more like, we have brochures and like buy our souvenirs on the way out kind of thing. So,
Is it a
Bixby, I'm not talking
coastal-
to you. What was that?
Is it a coastal state?
So, no. And so
I would say it was close, but it's not.
yeah, I mean, especially where you are, you know what I mean? Like you're in the middle of Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is a pretty big state. And So there's woods, there's caves, there's that's pretty much it. I mean, if you're trying to get away from suburbia, that is. I mean, otherwise there's plenty of suburbs for you to explore.
With this new information, Daniel would almost certainly have been heading to the airfield where he knows there's some abandoned hangars.
Okay. Wow, that's yes. Okay, you can get to the airfield. You don't get the impression that anyone's chasing you down, or that anyone has managed to keep track of where you've gone. And yeah. Can you roll? Actually, no, not yet. Okay, yeah, you make it to the airfield.
Dan,
Okay.
do you have any bigger planes than the twofer?
I mean, I could charter one, but it would take some time.
What about that one there?
We can't just hijack a plane. I mean,
Why not? We already killed someone.
you know, maybe we should perhaps get confirmation that we killed some. I don't think. James, would you say that someone died back there? I mean, I know I've sort of maybe ran someone over, or one or two people a little bit, but in fact, I'm gonna hop out the car and have a look at the bumper.
Would I have an impression of what happened? Like, or is it just to meet that car-hit woman?
I'm gonna say that in all that chaos and you were trying to run away, you probably wouldn't have seen exactly what happened. It's also still very dark. There was that floodlight that was over the entrance of the area, but it's nighttime and you're in the woods, so it's dark. Your vision's a little obscured. Probably wouldn't have seen exactly what was happening while you're trying to run away. If you're gonna look at the bumper and try to get an idea, why don't you roll
I just really don't want to find a tibia stuck in it or something.
no, actually, you don't have to roll. You can take a look. Actually, roll a medicine. Roll medic check.
Dan,
Do I have anything in bed? I do not.
I saw her.
I saw her too, Benji. She was laying on the floor screaming. That's not what dead people do.
She was crushed into nothing.
That's not what happened, Benji.
She's dead, bro.
No, she was literally crying out in pain.
No. That was her death cry.
People don't have death cries, Benji.
What are you talking about? Of course I have death cries.
Maybe in Call of Duty, man, but like...
It's my headcanon now that Benji believes that, like, metal death screamers that's their last song every single time.
Oh, that guy's dying, man. That's why he feels it so much.
So, when you check your bumper, you see that
I'm so nervous. Rolling a medic check to check a bumper feels shady. Okay.
Listen, I'm just trying. The general abilities are weird, and I'm trying to make the most of them. And rolls are fun, so
I appreciate you. I'm just saying it feels weird.
But yeah, you check your bumper. You see that it seems like you impacted the officer with your left headlight, and there's no dent or anything, because it looks like as you hit him and he fell back, he went under the tire, and you see from the underside that there's a significant amount of blood under the car, that must have sprayed up or something.
Tap the bonnet and be like, this old girl's all right. They don't build them like they do in Germany, I'll tell you. Quite a lot of blood on the old mud flap there, though.
You
telling
get the
you, dude.
impression it could have been like fatal. It could have been fatal.
She's dead, bro.
Okay. I don't think she's dead, Benji, but I did hit someone else, and there's an awful lot of blood here. Maybe Benji's right. Maybe we should just all hop on the lamb, just get in a plane and just fly somewhere. I hear Antarctica's nice all year round.
I heard the lamb. And then it's like, and you're spaced out. Oh, you froze.
Zoom updates are the worst. It's official. Look, what was I saying? Maybe Benji's right. Maybe we're in for a penny, we're in for a pound. Now we're on the lamb. We should maybe get out of Dodge. I hear Antarctica's nice all year round.
Does anybody have any like vacation homes?
Daniel, I can't just leave my children.
No shit. Did they see you, Helen?
I don't think so. You gave me this hat. You know, I'm pretty sure that protected me. Pretty but regardless, we're in way too deep to just try to run away now. That would be ridiculous. We need to follow this through to the end.
I think Helen and I are in the clear. Jemiah, Britisher. Two of you?
I heard the whole thing. Even if you haven't committed any crimes, they're on to us. They know we know what they know. You know what I mean.
But if all of us disappear, that also works in their favor.
Wait, how?
Because, to be honest, you two, you can't. There's no way you two can stroll in and go, I didn't know. What's up? I was gone for.
We chopped the head off the snake.
We just broke her leg, Benji. Mrs. Robinson was fine.
At this point,
So
Jemiah's pulled out a bedazzled flask full of wine and is slowly drinking it in the background.
So you're saying we need to finish the job?
Nah, I'm just saying, like, if you two wanna lay low for like a day or two, that's fine. Like, I encourage that actually, because I think else they're gonna send them up to your house and put you in with the Adderall, so to speak, but a general. But I don't think it's wise making Helen go undercover, like disappear all of a sudden. I don't think it's wise to make me disappear all of a sudden. I don't think it's wise to make Jemiah disappear all of a sudden.
What if Helen disappears and then we take bats to Mrs. Robinson's house to make sure?
What were you trying to solve with that, Benji?
Well, that's what we were. That was the adjusted plan, right?
I wasn't planning on like going to jail for beating up the elderly, even though the elderly are murderers. But
she's not an elderly. She's probably like a witch, like the immortal kind.
Yeah, but those things aren't mutually exclusive. So, I'm not so sure we should go mob Mrs. Robinson.
No, I'm not talking about mobbing her. Like, wait, do you mean killing her?
You suggested bats.
Well, yeah.
I am not in favor of killing anyone.
Do I look like I'm in favor?
I'm just
Daniel.
saying I'm in.
Okay.
I went into fight or flight mode. I might have done a little bit of both. Someone might have got injured potentially.
Everybody that
fatally.
hasn't killed a police officer, raise your hand.
Look, that's.
Okay, sorry. I'm just looking at James like. All I'm saying, Daniel, is like. I hear what you're saying, but also gotta look at the facts. The facts are. James, help me out. What are the facts?
No, I really would like you to tell us what the facts are, Benji. I really would love to.
Mrs. Robinson is a problem, right? We're in trouble. Daniel, you're a murderer. But you're also my friend. I'm gonna help you out. Okay? It's time for me to lawyer you. Okay? Got your back. Put my hand on his shoulder.
Thank you, Benji. I appreciate that.
Now we gotta figure out what we're gonna do about this whole Mrs. Robinson thing.
I think what we have to do, or at least what one of us has to do, is... Oh, I wonder. Do we inform Peter?
What if we just tell everybody?
That might make us look like the crazy people, so to speak. It's very easy to spin a story on us.
About how many people were in this wheelbarrow line that we saw last
Too
night?
many.
I think everybody you would like to tell.
I think about maybe 20 to 30 people.
It was just the people listed, so it was probably closer to like 7.
Oh.
6 or 7.
Okay.
Damn, my infiltration
Yeah.
suddenly just became so much more impressive. Maybe 10 tops. People.
Right. Okay.
So
Well, that's probably not enough to get the FBI involved in.
What about the press?
No. Do we know any journalists?
James?
James you take photos, right?
Yeah.
Like, is it like photojournalism, or is it just like what kind of photos do you take? You never talk about yourself.
No, I don't. I know journalists, but like I really don't think we have good enough. Well, we've got the video, we've got photos of them with the drugs. I've got a video of Sheila trying to steal drugs at their residence. And yet I'm not sure who owns the press here.
Why don't we just put it on the Twitter?
Yeah, we don't need to we don't need to talk to somebody that owns the press. We just need like a strapping like young journalist that has everything to prove. And like would go,
Or
outside of their boss to get ahead.
tabloids. They'll take anything.
Okay.
That's true.
Jemiah, you say that far too knowingly.
Drinks. I think, here's the deal. If what you're saying happened, and there's a lot of bad on that side, as well as our hitting people with cars and other such activities, I don't think anybody's going to want many people to know about what's going on. With that being said, I think that the majority of us should return back to our daily lives, and maybe those of us who have injured or harmed other individuals or been crazy do lay low. But we should. I like the press idea. The press idea is a good idea, but I think we should do it anonymously.
Right. Yeah, we need to send it in the videos and say that we don't want to talk about any drugs that we may or may not have taken, and we definitely don't want to talk about how we killed that guy.
And she's not allowed to talk to the press at all.
I
That's
agree.
fine.
I think that
Listen.
I might be able to, get a little bit of leeway here. I did literally just have someone killed on top of me. I think hitting a few people on my escape route might have been justifiable, especially as one was the bloody murderer.
I'll call my attorney.
Listen,
All right, but don't tell him anything.
I feel very excluded right now. I think I played a very vital part in this plot, and yet no one's out asking for my opinion.
Well,
What do
is
you
your
think,
opinion?
Helen? What do you?
Well, I think that although Twitter and the journalists may be a great option in the meantime, no one's really going to believe us until we can get more dirt. We need more evidence. We have to think like investigators. Isn't that right, James?
That's right.
So maybe we should do a little bit more digging and then come forward having already captured the criminals and saved the universe.
Ambitious, but yes. What if we tell Peter? Like, we know that Mrs. Robinson wants Lawrence to take the case and lose. What if we tell Peter about this? Get him up to speed for us.
Idea.
And then ask him to still take Lawrence as his lawyer.
I've had a terrible, terrible idea.
Oh boy.
We want more dirt.
We need a bigger wheelbarrow.
Look, I'm away a lot of the time, right? What with flying, and I don't mind telling you that I've got a few contacts in customs, shall we say. I could pretend to be some sort of English gangster. Send Mrs. Robinson a letter saying that her people couldn't capture, capture a twit with their hands tied to their elbows or something. I don't know. I'll come up with something. Have a meeting. I'll wear a wire.
I like that. I like that. Do the English have gangsters?
Benji, we've got some of the worst gangsters in history. Have you heard of the Cray twins? Oh.
I've heard of Bonnie and Clyde, but they were ours.
Okay, well, they're cute. Okay. No, I'd go for something a bit more sordid than any of that.
Well, both could work.
I like that a lot.
I feel like it's at least worth to get Peter talking, because Peter knows what went on in that house.
Mm-hmm.
And like, no, there's been a lot happening, but I still want to know who killed my friend.
You think when we were in Mrs. Robinson's house that one time, like a piece of paper fell off the desk, landed on the floor. I picked it up for her, handed it to her. She snatched it out of my hand. You think there might be some like paper trail stuff that we could find in her house? Like if I left my bat at home and I went to her house and didn't beat her up with a bat? But,
I don't think she'd let you in.
But like took some, like, I mean, like no,
Well,
she wouldn't.
You want to break in?
Yeah, or like sneak in. I don't necessarily want to break anything.
Normally I'd say no, but considering that for some reason you are the luckiest guy on earth.
Am I?
Look at how you're still alive and what has happened to you.
I thought being alive was just kind of a given.
Treasure your luck, Benji. I'm not against it. And James just looks at Daniel and Jemiah like, and Helen like.
Yes, I'm for it. I'm in it.
One condition.
Okay.
No wheelbarrows.
No wheelbarrows? Okay. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I agree to this. You want to go with me?
Me? Okay. Why did I agree to that? Yeah, I'm going. I'm going. This is exciting.
Yeah. We're in it, Jemiah. We're in it together.
Yep.
I'm in.
Starts hyperventilating. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so we're officially breaking into the house. Are we doing all the plans? Or just one of them?
I feel like they could mutually exist.
Yeah, all of them. Yeah, all of them together.
Especially if Daniel's plan gets her out of her residence.
We need like an operation name. Like an Operation Quick Strike.
Operation Don't Die.
Yep.
I like Quick Strike better.
Fine. It's kind of cool.
I'll get writing a message to Mrs. Robinson. I
Yeah.
think I should lay low here though for a couple of days either way.
Oh, wait, where are we gonna be for that amount of time?
Hang out here at the airfield. There's a kitchen.
Okay.
I'll just
You think we could sleep in any of these planes?
probably not so much, but there's an old fire building that used to have staff here. More popular back in the 40s. Probably some beds we could set up in there.
I don't want to sleep in a building with fire in it, dude.
No, like the firefighters, Benji. The firefighters.
It's like a fire station.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind of. Oh God.
Okay.
We're all very cultured here.
So right now you're trying to find a place to stay without getting kidnapped, or not without getting kidnapped, without getting caught. Is that what you're trying to question mark? All right. Do you want to roll for this? We can roll a preparedness. Okay. Yeah. So maybe. So Daniel has the airfield. You said you. Why don't you all roll preparedness checks?
Yeah. A minute. I'm here for it.
Badness.
Goodness.
Nothing in.
I'll just
I
go.
want to roll it straight.
Oh. Nice.
Feeling it. Yeah, ready.
Oh, was the 6 your roll, James, or was that from before?
No, the 6 was my roll.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, so you can all find places to stay. You had the airfield, and you all have like friends in the area, and just you've all lived here long enough to be able to find places where you can lay low for the night. But it's like only like a nighttime situation. Like it's like a sleep and like get out of there type of thing. Yes, Jemiah.
Jemiah's just gonna go home. I wasn't a part of any of this.
Oh yeah, you can go home too. That's also
James too. James is just gonna go home, really.
I am prepared to go
You
home.
can go home. Yeah.
I just thought about that.
Yeah.
We're just taking an Uber home, like.
Yeah, you can
Do you want to split the
whatever-
fare?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Jemiah,
Yeah.
I'll see you when we go to bust up Mrs. Robinson's place.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, steal shit.
Uh,
I'll text you.
Yep. Okay, yeah. Well, maybe you should just come over and knock on my door instead of leaving a text trail.
I'll use like code and stuff.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. See ya.
Bye. This Uber driver's just like, what are you guys doing in this airfield?
I mean, the Uber driver might catch a glimpse of some blood or whatever, but you know, they're just doing their job. They have no questions. So, you can all make your way home for the night. When James and Jemiah pull onto the lane, none of the cars that were out by the clearing in the woods are back. It doesn't appear that, at least on the surface from your brief drive down Poplar Lane, it doesn't appear that anyone has returned back to the lane from wherever they are. But unless there's anything specific that anyone wanted to do, you guys can all turn in for the night.
I turn to Jemiah outside when the Uber's like driving away, and I say like, I'm gonna text you something that looks weird, but just like keep it. It's gonna, if anybody ever sees our phones, you know.
Oh, okay.
I text her like, thanks for the night, and I delete like all the ghosts from the group chat, so there's pretty much just milkshake discourse in there.
Jemiah will respond and be like, yeah, it was great.
Awesome. So it's been a long night. All of you guys are exhausted from the craziness of the day. Jemiah, you had a long day with your family, and I'm sure that tuckered you out as well. But after a good night's rest, the next morning, again, James and Jemiah, you look out, and you notice that that still no one has seemed to return to the lane, as far as you can tell at a first glance. But yeah, it's what do you guys choose to do?
So like nobody who is out there is back at their houses yet?
It doesn't appear, like, based on like their cars in the driveway and like if any lights are on, like at a first glance, like on the surface level, it doesn't seem that anyone has returned back.
I'll probably walk over to James' house and knock on the door.
James looks mad groggy when he opens, like, you're early.
Yeah, I was going for my morning walk and nobody's back?
He sort of leans out, he just goes like, where do you suppose? No, come in.
Jemiah will go. We'll follow.
Yeah, he closes the door behind them and he just turns around and goes, where do you think they've gone?
Are they still out there?
In the
Like,
woods?
Where y'all found? I don't know.
There was like 7 people there. I ran here. It doesn't make sense for them to just stay in the woods. I mean, they're culty, but they're not at culty, I think.
You never know these days. I would like to get on my phone and check social media and see if there's anything from our neighbors.
Yeah, no, they've all gone dark. There's nothing
Does anybody have their Snapchat location on?
I feel like this should be a roll.
Ms. Robinson got that premium Snapchat.
I feel like this is like a luck thing. So like whether or not someone forgot to like turn their Snapchat location off or something. So why don't we make that a gambling roll?
Okay, for me.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't have anything in gambling. But okay.
Okay. So it seems like none other than the Henry Goodman has forgotten to turn off his Snapchat location. Like, you know, I mean, sometimes you notice, like, from your experience using Snapchat and your friends in the lane, you know, people turn it on and off at their leisure. Like, usually they turn it on, like, when they're going somewhere fancy and they want everyone to know, and then they turn it off when, like, they're at home, just so, like, no one knows that that's where they're spending most of their time. But it seems like Henry forgot to turn off his location, and it appears that he is at a strip mall not far away.
I will turn to James and say,
Not like a
Wow.
strip, like not like stripping, but like a strip center, like, you know what I mean, like a
yeah.
yeah.
Jemai will turn to James and say, well, Henry is at the mall. And show James the phone.
And
With
James,
Henry's Bitmoji.
James, you would actually recognize that location yesterday when you were doing some hacking and snooping. You would have seen that location on the map as one of the pieces of real estate owned by Susanna Romano. She owns pretty much all the shops in that strip mall. Also, I need to have a quick bio. So BRB.
I'm legitimately writing here. Like,
You're writing a letter?
oh yeah.
Yeah. You
It's
look
gonna
pretty
be
focused
great.
there, brother.
Oh boy.
Mao.
Aw, so
Aw,
sweet.
Hold up.
Kitty filling that.
I'm going to take the opportunity to buy as well.
Yeah, go for it. Hey, I'll tell you what. Why don't we? If we want to take bios and stuff, there's this new thing on Twitch where I can run ads and things. Why don't we do that?
Yeah, dude, affiliates. What up?
Whoa.
Yeah, let's do that, shall we?
Affiliate
That's so
status.
cool.
There's gonna be 2.5 minutes of ads, and then we'll all be back. See you shortly, everyone. As I try and figure out how to run ads. There we go. 2 minutes 30 ads. Bye.
Cool.
Ah, gross.
And thanks for coming back, everyone. Very good point. I don't know if subs will see adverts or not, so maybe no adverts played for most of you, but got to see a little bit of behind the scenes there as we all go for a break. I hope you enjoyed that. We're back, though. Oh, hi.
Yeah, actually, that's one of the benefits of subscribing.
Yeah.
Is an ad-free experience.
There you go. Beautiful. That won't last for long.
Oh,
That's a.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean that will last long? You think? It's
I'm gonna be playing at some point. I'm gonna be playing adverts from subscribers, from sponsors. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, January for certain. I can't talk about it yet, but confirmed January. I'm gonna have at least one video ad to play. But it's tabletop relative.
So where were we? We were Jemiah and James. James, you recognize the location as one of Susanna Romano, or the late Susanna Romano's pieces of real estate.
She owns that mall. Susanna does.
So, is it like is it a running mall, or is it like they're working?
It's like a strip mall.
Well, I know, but I didn't know if it was like, you could buy stuff there, because if you could buy stuff there, we could accidentally show up at the same place at the same time.
So
true.
just so you know, because you would also know what's located there. There's Putter's Palace. There is the deli owned by Linda's parents, and there's also like an abandoned retail store. Like there's nothing in it currently.
Well, I know that she had like the Department of Inspection like postpone inspections on the Menegolf thing for a long time, and I believe it was compromised or something. Anyhow, they could be there, they could be in the other store, but like what really weirds me out about everything is that Linda's parents own a store in that strip mall.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That is really weird. Well, here's my question. Do we want to go?
Can we get away with going to a deli?
What time is it?
It's the morning, but people go to delis in the morning, so it wouldn't be
okay. Yes, we can. Yes.
I guess then.
Yes.
We can make it like a very casual sort of thing. Pretend we have no idea whatever happened yesterday, and we're just two friends.
Yep.
Getting
going
food.
to a deli.
I was like, we were close to Linda. We know her parents. Well, we don't, but
let's go.
We can get away with that.
It's happening.
All right. Yeah. I think James is gonna quickly excuse himself to actually put on some proper pants, and are we heading to the deli?
We're going to the deli.
We're going to the deli.
Do you want to drive, or do you want me to drive?
I'll drive.
Okay. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay, and Daniel and Benjamin, what are you doing the next morning?
I'll be constructing a letter.
We're at the airfield. We slept at the airfield, right?
Yeah.
In the fire building.
Yeah, there's bound to be old fire blankets in there, minimum.
Mm-hmm. Okay. In the next room, like where Daniel has gone to, for his quiet place to write his letter. In the next room, Daniel, you'll probably hear me. I've got my phone out. Day 1, living in the airfield fire station. Life's hard out here. There's a lot going on I can't tell you guys about. But it's not good. It's really, really bad. If you don't hear from me in the next 24 hours, you could assume that I'm pushing up all different kinds of plants from the ground, because I'll be dead and in it. Stay.
Oh, I froze again. I froze again towards the end there. Zoom updates are the worst.
They are the worst, in fact. But so what are you doing with that video, Benjamin? Just out of
That was an
curiosity.
Instagram live.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Good. Yeah, that's it's good. Why don't you yeah, why don't you why don't you also make a gambling roll? We need
Yeah.
some more gambling rolls. Why don't you make a gambling roll?
I'm gonna
See
roll it
how
with an
unlucky
advantage.
you are.
Roll it with an advantage. Wait, do I have any points in gambling? What is that under?
It's a general ability.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna put 3 points in it. All right, there's a 2 plus 3 is 5, and a 5 plus 3 is 8.
Okay. So no one watches. It doesn't look like anyone's watching your Instagram live, at least for now.
What up, community? Where the heck you at?
But
From the next show, Benji, I hope you're not planning on putting that video anywhere. It'd probably be better to delete it. There's no point hiding in a fire station if you're going to tell everyone that we're hiding in the fire station.
Listen, Daniel, I don't know if you've ever built an online community before, but you got to make engaging content that drives viewership.
I haven't. I haven't built an online community. No, I'm a pilot, Benji. But one thing I do know about hiding is that you don't tell people where you are.
Well, they don't know what kind of, I mean, like, what are the chances that they know I'm in this fire station? It could be any fire station.
You said airfield.
Well, yeah, that's an important detail.
So it's not any fire station, is it? It's any fire station on an airfield.
There's got to be at least 30 of those.
Surprisingly not, no. Especially, well, I mean, I suppose it depends on what kind, but there's probably maybe 10 in the state.
That's not a bad number. I think you're overreacting.
You raise an interesting point, though.
Yeah?
Can our phones be location tracked? They've got GPS these days, don't they?
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, they're not the government. It's just an old lady with a gun.
But clearly there's at least one police officer on the take.
One less. Oh, just too soon.
Bit of respect.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway, what do you know about gangster talk?
A lot.
All right, well, let's try firing this off of you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Slap it to me.
Dear Mrs. Robinson, discretion protects so many people. Perhaps we could have tea sometime. Not with your people, though. They're far too clumsy and noisy. I hope your legs feel better, and please take good care of Patrick. He and Susanna are so alike in that. Yours faithfully, Daniel. Gets across all the pertinent points without actually saying anything, I thought.
Yeah, that's really good. It's like really suggestive.
Yes.
Not in like a sexual way, but like in a violence kind of way. That's really good.
Yeah. That's what good. I'm glad you agree.
Now, okay, I'm not familiar with your people, right? And how you guys talk other than like, when I hang out with you, right?
Right.
But that didn't sound, while it was very good on the whole like suggestive bit, does that sound like an Englishman violent sort?
I mean, possibly.
With like inviting to tea and all that, because it sounds very polite.
Well, we're a polite people, Benji.
Is Mrs. Robinson gonna? Because you're writing this for her. Is she gonna know that?
That's a good point.
What if you need to like insult her or something to make sure she knows that like you're a bad guy?
I mean, I think considering I ran her legs over, I think I hope your legs feel better line.
That's true. Is there? Well, hang on. Is there anything in there about like territory or anything? Because that's some gang shit.
I'll come up with a second revision. I like that bit about territory. That's
yeah.
Good idea.
Sweet. You want to go get some Sonic later?
Get some what?
Sonic. It's America's drive-in.
Oh. I thought you were offering me drugs or something.
No.
Sure. Do they do tea?
No, you can get a Dr. Pepper though.
No, well, I suppose that'll do.
Yeah, get you a slushie.
So what exactly? So you're just gonna? How are you gonna plan on delivering this letter?
I don't know yet. We'll figure that out when we get there.
Okay. All right. For now, can you just roll a public relations?
I know how we should deliver the letter. We should get a dummy and dress it up to look like the pool boy and like rough it up and then staple the letter to the dummy. And then just like leave it on her front porch.
Ah, you mean leave the frets out of the letter, but leave a physical fret.
Yeah.
That's almost artistic, Benji. Do you do art?
No.
Me
But
neither.
I knew a guy that did though. He's a writer and a filmmaker. Streams on Twitch.
Can't say I've heard of him.
Yeah, and most people haven't.
Oh. I think you just roasted yourself. Like,
Right, well, I'll tell you what then, Benji. I'll leave the physical fret up to you. So,
Yeah.
Make it nice and threatening, the physical fret, and I'll make the letter nice and polite. And that way there's a nice juxtaposition that should put her off balance. Ah.
I might just kind of take it with me when I go bust up in her house.
Sure.
Yeah. Oh, I can leave it in her house.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could take some of her, like, I don't know, her stash or whatever it is she's got and leave the letter in its place. Like, I know what you're up to and I know what you've got. Here's a nice letter
Yeah.
inviting you to tea. Haha.
Right.
I could have been a gangster, I think, in a different life.
Wait, was that your meta moment? Was-
What?
Wait. I laughed. Should I not have? I tell you what, I got respect.
While all that is going on, we have James and Jemiah making their way down towards the strip mall. James and wait, who'd you say was driving? Okay, James. As you turn the corner, the first thing you see is that there's an unusual amount of cars in this strip mall, considering how early it is, in the middle of the week. And it doesn't take long for you to identify that these are the cars of your neighbors. You guys, both of you see that everyone seems to be here.
I guess Snapchat wasn't lying.
This is really shady.
Should we just... I think it's best if we just, like, roll up inside, get some food, maybe make a little small talk with parents, and then, I don't know, go outside and you realize that there's not what you wanted on your sandwich, and so we have some time to, like, stand there?
I think that's a great idea. Let's go.
Okay. I think we just sort of roll up as if nothing happened.
So
Okay.
wait, where were the cars were just parked? Okay. So the strip mall, can you park in front of the individual stores? Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of like an open lot. Yeah.
Okay, so were they all parked in? I'm sorry, I missed this part. Were they all parked in front of a specific store?
It's hard to say. There's some are parked up against like the stores themselves, and some are parked facing the opposite direction across on the other side of the lot. So it's not, there's no correlation really.
Okay, cool. All right, never mind. Onward to sandwiches. That's what. Yes.
All right.
And you're playing it casual?
Yeah, like as casual as possible. Not even looking at the other cars.
Okay. So all the stores, all the stores in the strip mall, they all have like the facades are all like glass windows kind of situation. Looking into the deli, as you approach, you see there's a short line to the deli counter. You don't see anyone you recognize except for behind the counter. You see one of Linda's parents that you had seen before. James, at least you'd seen him before at Linda's Shiva. And he's slicing some meats on the meat slicer. And but besides that, it doesn't seem unusual at first.
Yes. I guess we get in line. We go inside and we get in line.
Yeah. So eventually, the line moves nice and slow. No one shoots you any second glances. No one says anything to you. And eventually it's your turn, and the man at the counter says, what can I get for you?
I look at Jemiah like, what do you want?
Is there a menu on the wall?
Yeah. I pretty much lists like all the deli meats and cheeses that you could think of.
Okay.
And sandwich options as well.
I'm just gonna pick one of the pre-made like sandwich options because I assume there's like like Italian or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna point at one and be like, I want that one.
And anything for you, sir?
Can I have the same actually? That sounds really good.
Sure thing, coming right up.
Yeah.
And yep, he starts preparing your sandwich.
James sort of looks at Jemiah like, I don't know how to talk to him. I don't know if he knows me. This sucks.
Where do you know him from?
Linda's. I just go like, Linda's funeral.
Oh, yeah, oh. Now Jemiah's like standing there like awkward face, like I don't know how to...
At some point the man walks back up to the counter and he looks at James. He's like, your face is familiar.
Yeah. I was a friend of I knew your knew your daughter. We were good friends.
Oh yes, I do remember you. You were at the Shiva.
Yeah.
You said some very kind words. I can't do accents, guys. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even. You said some very kind words for my daughter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, it was yes. I don't really like I'm not gonna pretend it's still hard. I can't imagine how hard it is for you to talk about. It's also like I still don't know how to talk about it, to be honest. Are you doing okay? I'm sorry if that's a very odd question. Sorry, it just came out.
No, I actually appreciate you asking. I'm all right. I mean, it was so unexpected and so shocking. Today's actually the first day we've reopened since the tragedy. But
Really?
yeah, I mean, it still feels like it might even be too soon. It feels kind of wrong. It's only been, a week and less than a week. And, I almost feel guilty, but we got to pay the bills. So
There's no shame in like just not pausing your life forever. That's just how life goes, I guess. But yeah, I get the feeling.
you're a good man, James. Well, seems like those sandwiches are almost done, and he peeks back towards like the kitchen area where there seems to be another employee that's assembling sandwiches, and he goes back as the sandwiches and rings you up. It's getting to the point where like he's he's printing out the receipt, and
yeah, James is like sort of looking at Jemiah like, oh man, oh fuck.
I got it. She'll pay for it.
No, not that. I can pay for sandwiches. That's not... James is just freaking out like, what do I ask a newly grieving man? Like, well, what do I ask? I know things, but
I don't. Jemiah doesn't know. Tamaya's just awkwardly standing there. She's not. I mean, let's be real. She didn't really understand what your face was for originally. So Sheila was like, "Oh, okay, but I don't care." But also, like, she doesn't really have anything to offer you.
Yeah.
I mean, it was nice seeing you, James, but we've got customers.
Yeah, sorry. No, I completely spaced out. Sorry. I tend to do that sometimes. I'll take it. And James pays for the sandwiches and like sort of looks at Jemiah like, I goofed it. And he's like, do you wanna let's go.
Jemiah will sandwich. Let's go.
Okay. So Daniel and Benjamin, you got your letter. Did you want to try assembling some kind of dummy, Benjamin? Was that something that you wanted to do?
Yeah. So
Okay.
after we go get some Sonic, we'll like we might hit like just like a small, out of the way, kind of nothing department store. Get like even better if it's like a thrift store, like used clothes and stuff, and dress up like a dummy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Easy enough. Dummy. And you got your letter and your dummy.
Yep.
What's next on your to-do list?
When do Daniel? When do you think I should deliver all this stuff and go steal?
I think we should probably stay one more night.
One more night. All right.
And then you could go tomorrow night. Or maybe we could get Jemiah and James and Helen to give us a bit of a... a bit of...
I'll text them right now. I'll just say, what's the skinny?
Yes, the skinny. Exactly what we need.
And send.
I added a line after discretion protects so many people. It just says, especially during border disputes. Territory.
Right, yes.
Turf war.
Gotta cover all your bases.
Have you guys seen those Sonic commercials where there's two guys in the front seat that are like talking philosophically about like a bunch of kind of nothing, but they're also kind of dorks and...
No.
I have not, but I'm glad that it all
I just
ties
thought of
together.
it for some reason.
Yeah.
Jordan's nodding. Jordan knows what you're talking about. I'm struck out.
That's because we're European.
I'll send you a link. All right. So group text. What's the skinny? What's the deets? Give me them deets.
Yeah, you guys, James and Jemiah, you guys would get that like, message as you're walking out of the deli.
James looks at his phone and he looks at Jemiah like, just, what do I even answer?
Well, we could just tell them that we're eating sandwiches at the deli and tell them which deli it is.
Fair enough.
Add on to our food-driven group chat.
Not much. Checking out these new sandwiches at the deli. They're pretty great. Send.
Daniel, they're checking out sandwiches at this new deli. What does that mean?
You think it might be a code?
Is that like a new hideout? Sandwiches.
Deli.
You got bread, and then you got stuff, and then you got more bread, and so like they're like they might be in like some kind of situation.
I don't think that's what they're telling us. But if they are telling us about a new hideout, perhaps deli is the cue. Maybe it begins with D and L, like they're down in, I don't know.
I just look at Jemiah and I'm like, hold on, come here. And I'm just like, let's take a selfie with the sandwiches, because something in me.
Jemiah's gonna turn us to where in the background of the selfie, you can see some of the cars that we recognize from like Poplar Lane in the background of the selfie.
Oh yeah.
And so when we take the selfie and send it, Jemiah will also send "It's super" in all caps with stars, popular here. But I'm gonna spell popular like Poplar.
Oh. No. Okay, more information, Daniel.
Yes.
You're at an actual deli with actual sandwiches.
Good.
But so if you take a look and if you enhance into the background.
Oh, I say, does your phone have that technology? That's awfully good.
Yeah, it's like the 2-finger thing. You just
zoom in, enhance, lovely.
Right. You see a bunch of cars you might recognize from Poplar Lane.
Yeah. I wonder, Benji, can you track their location without them knowing?
James and Jemiah?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Let me give it a go. I'll go to I'll open up an incognito browser on my phone, and I'll see if I can do some hack into the system.
Using an investigative ability for that?
I sure am.
Yeah. I mean, you can hack away, and as your thumbs are vigorously typing away and inserting some code and breaking through the firewall, and eventually you're able to obtain the location of James and Jemiah Krent. Well, James Hanley and Jemiah Krent. They're not both Krents, but
I was really hoping that you were going to say no, there's no possible way to do that.
No, yeah, I got them right here. Yeah, here's all the information. Here's what they ordered.
Because
looks pretty good.
If you can do that, Benji, then couldn't someone else do that with our phones?
If they're as smart as me. But like, yeah.
Daniel look at crest.
Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we're in good hands. Like, not in good hands, but like we're fine. Because we're not really. That's not the appropriate situation to use that phrase.
Maybe we should move.
You get what I'm saying?
Maybe we should move location tonight anyway, just to be extra secure. I don't know, break into a. No, I was just gonna say let's go and break into a caravan somewhere or something.
Caravan? Like a traveling merchant kind of thing?
Oh, sorry. I forget. We're over here in the States, aren't we? What the bloody hell do you call them? Trailers, maybe? RVs?
Mobile.
RV, yeah, man. Like one of those camping buses.
Yes, yeah, one of those.
All right. Is there an RV park here?
It wouldn't be in the same town as Poplar Lane, but it would be there's probably one on the outskirts or like in the neighboring town. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's plenty of. Yeah, I mean, especially like when you head closer towards like the mountains and whatnot.
Yeah. It's a bit of a drive, or we could fly there and get there faster.
I don't think we want to fly anywhere right now.
What do you mean we?
What do you mean we?
I want to fly somewhere.
The thing with flying. That's just really not a good idea, Benji. You see, the thing with flying is you kind of have to book all your hours. If you don't book them, they come down awfully hard. And, well, frankly,
All right.
Benji, I mean, all of you flying a plane, I'd be quite nervous of you doing it yourself without an experienced pilot to help you.
No. I'm just saying, like, I want to fly a plane. Don't tell me what I do and don't want. You know what I'm saying? It's okay
Oh,
if
I
you
see.
don't want to fly the plane, but don't,
Oh, right, I see.
I'm going to feel the way I feel, Daniel.
I mean, I suppose that's fair enough. But still, I don't think that collectively we, as a partnership, want to fly a plane.
I see.
I don't think
Right.
it'd be the best thing for us in our situation. Maybe in a week or so we could fly as many planes as we like.
Yeah, it's not unanimous. I got it. There's an RV park, though, where we could drive to.
Right. The Merc's a bit bloody.
Should we go through a car wash?
I think maybe we
Together?
should give it a bit of a clean here, first of all, get rid of most of the blood, and then go through a car wash, yes.
Okay. So I guess we can just pull over to where somewhere there would be like a water hose. And so I'll take my shirt off and just spray her down.
I mean, you can absolutely do that and add that to the counter. Is that the
We've hit 10. We've hit double digits for topless scene.
okay? So that's what you're currently doing. Then you're gonna go
Yeah.
to the car wash.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna give a pre-wash, and then we'll do like the car wash, and then we go to the RV park, go camping.
Wow. Yep. Out
But
on
it's
the
like- but it's
lamb.
like-
You guys.
Yeah, it's like urban camping. No.
Sounds good. Okay. Daniel and Benjamin at the car wash. They're spraying down their car. It's a beautiful scene. There's like the sun is glistening and
The whole thing's in slow motion.
yeah, you know, sometimes people slow down as they drive past. You get a couple honks. And James and Jeremiah, you've exited the deli. You've had this little text conversation with Daniel and Benjamin. The cars are all still parked out there.
I'm enjoying a sub. And you said that the front of the stores is glass.
Mhm.
Can we see like something? Is there anything visible that stands out as we just like enjoy our breakfast and just like casually hang around the car?
Yeah, you can walk around the shopping center a little bit, and walk past the other storefronts. Outside of the Putter's Palace, can take a casual glance inside. You'd see that the whole place is it's lit by black light, so it's all like dark walls with like these cool like graffiti style blacklight art on the walls. But there's no one in there, and the closed sign is on. So by the front, there's also a little sign hanging on the window that says that it was recently passed inspection in 2019 and is signed off by Officer McKinley. there's and then on the other side of the deli is this other abandoned shop, and there's a for sale sign on the front, but there's a sticker on the for sale sign that says sold. And it looks like it was recently purchased, but right now the interior is all bare. Drywall, the flooring is pulled up, but there does seem to be a light on in the back. Like there's a room that has a little window, probably used to be a staff room, and it was a functioning retail store, but you could see that there's a light on. So
Does the for sale sign have the number of the seller?
it has the number of the real estate agency.
Okay. I would like to take a picture of that. Please.
You can absolutely take a picture of that.
Just to have it for reference.
Yep.
What do you bet they're in there?
I mean, it's worth a gander. I'm kind of wondering if we call the real estate agent, do we know how long it's been sold for?
It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, just from driving around the area and like living in town, you've probably noticed that it was for sale for quite some time, but it was purchased around the time that maybe like a couple weeks ago, not too long ago.
Okay. Part of me wants to call the real estate agency and see if we can figure out who bought it. But I can't quite think of a good way to do that where they'd actually give us the information. I was going to call as if I wanted to purchase it, not knowing it was already sold. But if it's been sold for a little bit, I'm not sure that that'll work. Do we want to sneak in?
I mean,
Send all my vibes that direction.
I'm like deflecting vibes.
And in that moment, James thought, what would Benji do?
I will not do that.
I also want to clarify that, James, you would know from your research that it was recently purchased by Susanna. So it's under the current ownership of Susanna. And you would know that from your hacking the day before,
yeah.
when you spent that investigative ability.
I think I say that to Jemai when I see her take the picture. Like, I think everything here is owned by Susanna.
The late Susanna.
Listen, James, I've gone along with this little, I don't even know what to call it for so long. I've gotten almost caught by so many things I didn't do. Is it time we do something?
All right, we'll commit another B&E.
So how do you do this? Do you usually go through the back door, or are we like living on the edge and hitting up the front door?
Why are you asking me like I'm a seasoned criminal?
As if I would know what to do.
Do I look like I have any idea?
I never thought I would say this. Let's call Benji. Listen, he's the only one who has enough luck to get in and out of places, and all I'm saying is neither of us have the experience.
Well,
what have I become?
Sounds like you might need an expert.
let's first see what's around the back before we call that man. Because I don't think we have as much lives as that man does. He's like a cat.
That's very true. Okay, so around the back we go. Do we know? Here, give me your sandwich. I'll go put him in the car real fast.
Okay. Like, hands off his sandwich, like.
I'm gonna like go put him in the front seat of the car. I'm also going to change shoes because Jemiah does wear heels, and maybe heels are not the best thing to sneak around in. And I definitely have some flats in the back of my car because I am just that fabulous. So I will change shoes as well.
You can certainly change shoes and get into something a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more fitting for breaking and entering, some simple ballet flats. So very good traction for climbing walls, you know.
They're also sparkly because
Mm-hmm.
not
Because
nothing
Jemiah.
too. Yeah, always.
Great. Love that.
She'll kind of like run back to James with her little like, I'm not really running, but I'm running. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's just see if there's like a back entrance first before we start breaking open this door, because if they see us here in broad daylight and there's still people inside the deli, we're going to jail.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
So you can walk around to the backside or sneak around, or really whatever you wanted to do, you can do easily because there's no one in the back. So there's no one in the back. You do see a door that looks like it would lead into the staff room that you saw had the light on, but there is no window from this side.
Okay, so we have a choice. We go in here, get our asses kicked, or we go through the front and peek inside and potentially not get our asses kicked, potentially go to jail.
I don't like either of those options.
No, they don't sound very good.
What if we just knocked on the door?
What's gonna be your reason for knocking?
I haven't decided yet. Well,
No.
I mean, okay. So I could pretend like I'm picking up yeah, I don't know.
Is the backside, is there like a distinction between which door belongs to which store?
Yeah, you can tell which door belongs to which door. It's a pretty small like strip center, so it's not too difficult to like put two and two together, which is also how you're kind of able to like figure out like this door probably leads to that room, just because you can like sense that from like the shape of the building and the size of things.
Oh, but there's not a sign or anything.
There's no sign. No, there's no sign. Although both make sense trouble rolls.
Oh boy.
Oh no. This never turns out well.
No, this never does well.
Welcome back, everyone. We just had the stream dip a little bit. So if you have some frozen frames, don't worry. That's not you. It is me. Seems my internet's being rocky for some reason this evening. We'll have to figure that out. I'll look into it between shows.
Very rude on the part of the internet.
Just another perk of getting to Canada, I suppose.
Jordan, while she seems kind of oblivious, James, you hear like some movement, and you get the impression that a couple doors down, it seems like by the mini golf center, someone's about to open the door. And you're now both at this point standing behind this building. There's not a ton of places to go. I mean, there's a dumpster. You can go back to the front. You can go into the building. There's a couple options, but
I grab Jemiah and I just go, "Come here!" And I just pull her like behind. Is it like a large dumpster or is it like a dumpster? Or is it like?
It's a pretty big dumpster. It's like one of those like commercial grade.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I pull her behind the dumpster.
What? What did you do that for?
There's somebody there. Shh. They're coming from the mini golf thing.
Yeah, and you can see that it is it's not hard for you to hide. You know, it's a big dumpster. You can see clearly that this is Edgar, the pool boy, and he's carrying a bucket of water, and he's walking towards the tree line behind the buildings. And it looks like he's just like simply like tossing the bucket of water into the woods. Can you guys roll surveillance checks?
Oh shit.
Jordan, you would see that the water is tinted red in color.
Oh, ew.
What?
That's not regular water. It's like red.
Oh.
Oh, ew.
Well, maybe they're not in that pot. Maybe they're actually in the golf center then. I would figure that's where Mrs. Robinson would be.
So do we go in there?
What do we want to do when we get in there?
Jemiah shrugs.
James also shrugs like,
this is weird.
wait.
Yeah. This is weird. Well, I mean, I think originally my thought was we just like listen in and figure out what they're doing. Which red water.
We can try. I mean, it's blacklight, so they probably won't really see us.
Well, yeah.
You can crack the door a little.
Okay.
James, can you make
Oh,
can you I mean, can you both actually make sense trouble tests?
Ah, there we go.
Ha ha.
Okay, so both of you would know that black light would actually make your skin glow in the dark. like and your teeth and your eyes and your hair and you
This was a great plan until we decided to be smart. I've got eyeliner.
Wait, no, Jemiah, this is great. If Edgar's there and Mrs. Robinson is there, that means there's nobody at the house.
Let's go. Jemiah's gonna wait. Is the person still outside?
he's heading back inside. He's
okay.
When he opens the door, there's like the glow of the black light. You can see like his like face turns a little purple and as he walks in.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as that door shuts, Jemiah's gonna jump up and like run to the car.
James is
like full speed.
Jemiah, wait! Like the second we get in, I just look at Jemiah like, are we gonna text them?
Call Benji.
Well, before you guys get to the car, let's like everyone needs to slither roll a little bit before you hop in that car. As you go from the back of the building to the front of the building, you can you guys both make surveillance tests again?
Yes, I figured. It was too easy. Oh.
You James, before you like go around the corner, you see from your peripheral vision a bloody Patrick Romano exiting the building that's on the end, the abandoned retail store, and he's walking down towards the mini golf place and going in there, and he's holding a package, like a box of some sort, like he's like as if he's like carrying that box from the store to the mini golf place.
I like yank Jemiah back, like, oh, hold on.
And she will squeal a little bit because she's running full speed.
Hold on. That's Patrick.
What?
That's Patrick. Stay here.
Okay.
I just like peer around the corner, sort of like trying not to, like waiting until he's gone.
Yep. And eventually he walks inside and the coast is clear.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Jemiah will not run this time. She will speed walk casually.
Okay, you guys are heading to the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Benjamin, Daniel, you cleaned your cars. And now you're looking for a camp of some sort, or what? Was that the plan?
Right. I got the old GPS pulled out, and we're looking at like RV parks and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean you can find one outside of town. And yeah, and you can go there.
Unless we were to receive some kind of, I don't know, like text message or something. Some kind of exciting news.
Once we get in the car, we'll text you.
What do you say?
Oh, I gotta be clever. I can't just like be like going to break into houses. I don't know. What do we say? I'll just call you.
Okay.
So like,
Okay. Yeah.
Hey.
Hey, what up, Jemiah?
Yeah, you remember the thing that me and you were gonna do? You know, the thing we talked about at the place the other day?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna go do that right now.
Right now?
Right now.
Yeah.
Who's with you?
James. James is gonna come too. It's you know,
Are you guys still eating those sandwiches?
I'm still eating, bro.
That was like 2 hours ago.
I saved some.
Did you give me
They're
some?
good.
No.
You guys always get freaking food, and you ever... All right. We'll see you at the house. Daniel, we gotta go to the house.
I was just about to make some breakfast, actually, Benji. I mean, we can go, but I was, going on empty stomach. While you were doing all that stuff with your shirt off in the car, I went and bought some eggs and bread. I thought I'd make some French toast.
But they're about to go jack up the house right now.
Well, okay, I mean, but to be clear, you're the one passing up on food this time, okay?
I hate you.
But why?
I just want you to know that. We were friends once.
I was just about to make you French toast. Rather fancy French toast, too. I do little shapes.
And now you've betrayed me. Like Obi-Wan and Anakin.
I honestly don't know what you're talking about.
It's okay. I'll have the high ground one day. And I'm gonna steal Daniel's car and go to Mrs. Robinson's house.
Oh. Like, Daniel was just, like, putting on his coat.
Oh, wait. Hang
Ready
on.
to
We're in an
come
RV,
along.
right? Yeah. Take the RV. Dude. Hey, yo. Forget what that shit I said about, you know, the whole getting you back and revenge and, like, killing you and, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi and the, you know, whatever. Forget that. You keep making your French toast in our RV, and I'll just drive us there.
Now that you mention it,
We can eat it on the way.
well, that's one perk, but also it means that my vehicle isn't seen near the near Mrs. Robinson's
That's exactly
house.
right. We got double positive information here.
And we have curtains, so we can just close the curtains and no one will know it's us.
No one will know.
Does mean stealing an RV, though. I'll tell you what, why don't we have a quick word with the owner?
Why?
Well, just to make sure everything's above board. Cash deal, they'll probably be open to it, and I've got a wad of cash on me.
Okay. Yeah. Like to borrow it or to buy it?
Just rent it for a few hours.
Okay, yeah. That's smart because these things cost as much as a house. I don't know if you knew that or not, but these
Yeah.
they're like $180,000.
That's quite a cheap house. Let's go. Yeah, I'll go and have a word.
Depends on where you're from, I guess.
Yeah, I mean the owner of the RV, he owns like pretty much most of like the homes, the mobile homes in this park, and he can always be found outside his RV, sitting in his chair, drinking a beer and listening to some bad classic rock.
Dude, straight up, like this dude came from friggin' Tennessee.
Yeah.
Hello there. Me and my associate, we've been looking at that RV over there. I'd like to rent it for a couple of days, if that's all right.
I only take cash.
That's absolutely fine.
Where are you guys taking it?
We
Round
won't
the
leave.
block.
We won't leave the state.
All right. I'll let you know, though. I do have trackers on all these things, so you get up to any funny business and I'll know.
That's totally fine. No funny
Do you
business
keep the
here.
trackers on when you sell it?
What was that?
Do you keep the trackers on it when you sell them?
Psh, no, of course not.
Alright.
You can do a sense
Alright.
troll if you want.
Just a little holiday. You've already tell from my accent. I'm here visiting.
Yeah, what you doing in Nowhereville, Pennsylvania?
Now, I'm sweet little girl here.
We've got the finest here in Nowhereville, Pennsylvania.
All right. To tell you what, if you see any, you let me know.
I sure will.
Yeah.
You could see presumably his wife is standing in like the doorway of the RV, smoking a cigarette, and it looks like she has like 2-day-old makeup, mascara. Her hair is like in like some like big messy bun with like
Like a
tons of
mist.
flyaways. Yeah, her skin is super wrinkled from like sun damage because apparently she like did use way too much tanning oil as a kid, and now she's like wearing some like satin robe that she got from Walmart.
Right.
And yeah.
I tell you what, man, about that thing about letting me know. Never mind. We good to go?
Yeah, you're good. Just leave the cash on the table. He points to like the table right in front of him.
Yeah. However much he asked, I imagine we've got it between us.
Oh yeah, you guys are loaded. You're fine.
Got ourselves an RV.
Right, I'm gonna carry on with the French toast. You drive us round.
Right.
And I've got to describe the French toast. This is gonna be amazing, right? So whilst Benji's driving, Daniel is separating out the egg whites and the yolks and cutting shapes in the middle of the bread. Dipping all of the outsides in the egg white and dipping all the insides in the egg yolk so that you get these really distinct different colors, and there's like a heart and a
Wow.
star and like all different like color French toast.
That's
Very
pretty.
fancy.
That's pretty incredible. Can you make that in real life?
I think so.
I mean, there's
You-
no
you said you're
cooking
visiting when?
skills, so you can do that.
All right. Yeah. I'm driving us. By the way, that's a Christmas Vacation link there for anybody. It's got like 20 seconds. For RV references. So yeah, I'm going to drive us. I'm going to drive us across town. Busting up through like I'm hitting like trash cans and yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Just rack up as many points as I can get.
You can you can roll a why don't you roll a driving test
Yeah.
to see how good your bad driving is.
Oh damn. World fire.
Yeah, when you go you're driving down this one suburban street, and you can line the RV up with like the curb and get as close as you can to the curb without actually going over the curb, and step on the gas, and you like mow down at least 3 or 4 garbage cans in a row.
Yeah.
You actually also like hit a mailbox that kind of doesn't totally break off, but it definitely gets like thrown off kilter.
Yeah, just like teach it a lesson. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Don't freaking stand there, mailbox.
Yeah, exactly. But eventually you make it back to Poplar Lane, probably around, I mean, if James and Jeremiah were also heading back to the lane, then you probably arrive there around the same time.
Yeah. So I'll just like zoom down the street and then slam on the brakes because Mrs. Robinson's house is like pretty close to the front. So I'll zoom and then I'll slam to
Before we get
the
there.
French toast to the front faster.
I'm like, I guess, staggering down the aisle. That the French toast done at this point, and I'll plop a saucepan down in front of you. There's a great big like orange heart on a field of white. There you are, Benji. French toast.
I will scarf that deliciously described morsel in a single bite.
Sounds good.
That's
Yeah, and James and Jeremiah, you might be surprised to see this mobile home on the lane. I mean, you've probably never seen a mobile home on the lane, actually. I mean, not like this kind, at least. You've seen those really high-end fancy RVs that once the Goodmans rented for their cross-country road trip, but theirs was like massive. It was like the size of a bus, and it looked like shiny and new. This thing is like that beige color, and definitely looks like it's been around the block.
I'm pulling all the curtains closed except for the ones Benji needs to drive as well. So it's like
Yeah.
lockdown.
What's up with that?
Oh no.
The door
Oh,
opens
no.
up and I get out of the
Oh
RV
no.
RV bus with the pool boy dummy.
James just puts his head on the steering wheel for a while, and you just
I
hear
got
him
it, like slung over my shoulder, like
oh.
Jemiah will sink down in the passenger seat to the floorboard and eat her sandwich.
Oh. Jemiah, how is he like that?
I don't know. And I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to call.
Yeah,
Something's
what?
gotten into me.
Well, the thing is that if we, well, he will probably break a window and get away with it.
I'm looking through like the glass, looking
Where
for
did he get the pole dummy?
looking for
James
James
is
and
like-
Jemiah.
James is like peeks, like, oh my god.
You guys are you guys in the car still?
Yeah, we're in the car.
I'll
We're
ring
like
the
I'm in the
doorbell.
sunken down.
floorboard.
Like,
I'll ring the doorbell, like looking for you guys, like in the.
Wait, you're ringing the doorbell to the house?
Yeah, you guys are
we're like in front of my house.
right. Well, I like how.
I'm gonna stay in the RV, but can we say I gave you the letter as well? Like,
Right, yeah. I've got it there. I've already got it like stapled to the.
close
Like,
the front
it's
curtains
like real
too.
sinister. Yeah.
We-
Yeah. And like, so I'll pull up my phone and I'm like, you guys gonna let me in?
We're not in there.
You just see the passenger door to James's car pop open.
Oh.
James deletes that message.
I thought, sorry. My bad, guys. I thought I was late.
Why do you have a pool dummy?
It's for intimidation.
What?
James sits up. What?
You gotta listen. There's finesse to all of this.
You finesse? And he like gestures at the RV.
It's
Group
pretty
chat
sweet
ding.
ride.
Group chat ding. When we're done, I'm making vol-au-vents. Oh no! Come on, internet.
Kitchen in that
Come
thing,
on.
man.
The internet went again. I missed what you guys said, and
oh,
possibly
I-
you missed what I said.
James
No,
texted,
you're making
where are you?
Vola. Yeah.
Vol-au-vents, yes.
Yeah. There's a whole kitchen in that thing.
Is he in there?
Daniel? Yeah, he's chefing.
James looks at Jemiah like,
Jemiah looks back with the same expression.
We gotta get inside and do our thing. We don't know how long this window of opportunity.
are you you know what?
What are you guys doing eating sandwiches that again you didn't get me one?
No.
Oh my goodness, hold this. And Jemiah holds out her sandwich
I'll
from
eat
the
that sandwich.
floorboard.
Don't even play.
Hold it. Give me the dummy.
Okay. And I eat her sandwich.
I will take the dummy and I will put the dummy in the back of James's car because we do not need the dummy.
Whoa, no. We do though. We gotta
Lock the door.
Beep beep.
we gotta intimidate. There's a note on it that's specially crafted.
Beep beep. James just sort of like gets in, and just hangs up in the seat like back, and he's just reading the note. He pops his head back out like, what were you gonna do with this?
So this, like, Jemiah even called it a pool dummy. It looks like the pool boy. And so we staple this intimidating letter to our pool boy dummy,
Mm-hmm.
and we put it in some kind of like, scary surprising place in Mrs. Robinson's house, and also we like take some of her stuff, and that way whenever she comes in she knows like she ain't safe.
You know what, Benji?
Mhm.
That's a brilliant idea.
Oh, great.
You see?
I look at Jemiah like
We
what
take the
if
stuff. We take the stuff. We go inside. We find our incriminating evidence, like Helen suggested.
what if you take the front?
Where's
and you
Helen?
take like the front of the house?
Yeah.
And we take the back of the house. And that way
Alright.
we move from two directions
Yeah, cover
and
the
they'll
most
never
ground.
see it coming.
They'll
like-
never see it coming.
Even if there's
No,
somebody there. We're coming from
okay.
two sides. You know?
I hope you
Wait.
said there wasn't anybody here.
there's nobody gonna be there. There's not gonna be anybody here.
Okay.
But we should
hope
have
not.
someone watch out to make sure that nobody comes.
Oh, Daniel's watching out.
Okay.
He's just chefing.
By the way, when you guys pull back on the lane, Helen probably broke off from the group to take care of her kids, which have been home alone for a while and probably wondering where their mom went.
Oh, they're like teenage, right? They'll probably be fine.
They're very independent.
Boarding school brochure on a kitchen table.
But yeah, so you guys are gonna try to get into this house?
I guess.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
grabbing
and
my
Jemima
dummy.
take the
but
back,
yeah.
and you take the front with your friend.
Yep.
All right. I let the pool dummy out of the car, and I hand him back to Benji.
Jemima would like to take her sandwich back.
Oh. It's more of a half sandwich.
Yeah, there's many points of entry in this house. There's the front door, there's the back door, there's windows, tons of windows. It's a huge house. Yeah, you can really go in however you or try to get in however you'd like.
We'll go through the back, I guess, like through a garden door, something like that. Back door, garden door.
All right.
Are these doors locked?
Yeah, the doors are locked. But
Is there an open window?
The windows are locked as well. You can attempt to unlock any of them with like lock picking. That would be like a mechanics roll, or breaking them open, or if you could think of some other way to get into this house.
Let's see. What skill would lockpicking be?
That would be mechanics. That would be mechanics. Actually, let me say.
Locksmith. Locksmith is actually there. I don't have any
well,
points in that.
if you have points in locksmith, that would be an auto success.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to the RV, and there's like some like side compartments, that usually contain some stuff, and I'm gonna get a crowbar out and smash a window.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can totally do that. And you just do, I mean, you smash the window and it smashes, it breaks into many pieces and shatters, and there's no hiding that, there's no
Yeah. Good afternoon.
But
I mean, what's she gonna do? Chase
you
me?
now have a point of entry into the house.
Yeah, I'm gonna go inside now. Take my dummy. Yep.
Cool. So you're going through the back or the front?
No, that was the front. Yeah, just like the window next to the door. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the window the window next to the door leads right into like the sitting area that you were seated in but a couple days ago by the fireplace, and there's like couches and a coffee table. And you can the house is yours to explore at this point.
Let's see. I need to be sinister with this dummy. I'm gonna go back to the RV. I'm gonna find some rope. I'm gonna tie it up.
Can you make a preparedness roll?
Yeah. I'm gonna roll this one with advantage from chat. Thank you, chat. The first one was a 1. The second one was a 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, the RV has some rope. You can tie it up.
Yeah. Awesome. Way to go, chat.
It looks very sinister.
You guys are
Like it
doing
looks like, ooh, you're up to no good. You're scary people they should be very afraid because you're not fucking around. Like you're
Yeah.
here to mean business. That's what it
Yeah.
looks like.
Yeah.
That's what it
Yeah.
looks like.
The quickest cutaway to inside the RV where I'm in a pinny, like cooking vol-au-vents, lots of steam going on. Let's all go down the strand of a banana. You know,
Like it smells like a food truck on
Oh,
Poplar
it smells
right
great
now.
in there.
As you're hanging up this dummy, you notice the room is full of like little knickknacks and things that Miss Robinson has collected throughout the years, but you notice that there's it looks like recently Miss Robinson had opened up some cabinets next to the fireplace and was digging through like old like books and scrapbooks, and there seems to be like a box and the number of and like a stack of photo books that she seems to have very recently been going through.
Okay. I'm gonna take a note of that. I'll check on Jemiah and James to see if they have managed to break their window to get inside.
So Jemiah and James are you breaking a window? I mean, what's going on?
Jemiah's not.
I think James is going to try to pick the lock.
I might
the
like
back?
take off my shoe and like half throw it, but like
So
That's
you're
close.
in the back. You guys are
Yeah.
or okay. So I mean, you can start like you get out your tools and whatnot, and you're getting ready to pick this lock, and you hear like a big shatter in the front of the house.
I just look at Jemiah like, he didn't.
oh, he did.
Oh, fuck. Should we even bother or like...
I mean, I don't. Just break it.
James is gonna take off his hoodie with a shirt underneath, and he's gonna wrap his hand in it and just try to punch through the window, like really hard.
Can you roll in athletics?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try. I'm gonna put 1 point in that because it's cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you wrap your hand up, you wind up your punch, and as your hand makes impact, you feel that resistance and you panic for like literally a millisecond, thinking like, oh shit, I'm gonna break my hand, I'm gonna break my hand, I'm gonna break my hand. But you follow through with that punch and it pierces the glass and the glass shatters, and you did not break your hand. You broke through the window.
yes. I punch out the rest of the. Well, I kick out the rest of the glass, so it's like safe to at least move my hand inside to unlock the door from the inside, and then I open the door and like, after you.
Impressive.
I'll just be standing there
And
and be like,
Jemiah will
nice.
climb through.
Yeah, as you enter, you can see Benjamin. He's like climbing on top of like an old bookshelf, like trying to like arrange this set the scene with this dummy, which is actually looking pretty intimidating now that you're seeing it like in place. Like you're looking at it, you're like, it's actually kind of spooky.
Does she have any like track lighting or anything? Something that I could just like unscrew like most of the lights except for the one and just have it shine like on this thing?
You can,
Yeah.
you can. Although, this is a big house with
Yeah.
very high ceilings.
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, you can do it on a small scale with like the lights that are lighting up the bookshelf, or I mean, the other option would be trying to like going climb on the ceiling like Spider-Man, and which I mean, if you fell from that height, it could be fatal.
Yeah, no, yeah. I would not be trying to do that. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm about the theatrics, but I'm a reasonable person, so I'm just gonna.
Of course.
I'm gonna
Benjamin
take the easy way.
Jackson. The reasonable one in the group.
Right.
Yeah,
Somebody's got to be.
of course. Yeah. But yeah, you get that all set up, and you realize like this place, I mean, you've never been here alone, but it's kind of creepy. You can see like from the front some of those like statues, because her lawn is littered with all these like weird statues and gargoyles and gnomes and whatever, and it feels like they're all looking at you. Like they some of them are facing towards the window, and it's very unsettling. Like this whole place, it feels very like you might be being watched right now, although there's no evidence that you would be. There's no cameras that you can see or anything like that, but it's the first time being in this house without anyone there, and it's a big house.
So you guys gonna take a look around? I need to make this look
All right.
spick and span.
Yeah, what are we looking for again?
Incriminating evidence.
There is something
Okay.
in the kitchen, most likely.
Oh yeah, and there's these I saw like a box of photos. You might find something in.
I'll go
like you're a
check out the
photographer.
photos.
I'll go to the kitchen then.
Okay, so let's we can start with the photos. So you could see these scrapbooks, they're dusty. And it seems like they've been put away for quite some time. And when you open it up on the first page, you can see a picture of a younger Mrs. Robinson. And she actually looks quite beautiful, and she's standing next to a man, and they're in an embrace, and perhaps they're in love. You can keep flipping through. You see wedding photos of her with the same man, and eventually photos holding a baby. This is this little boy, very handsome with blue eyes, and there's so many photos at this time. It seems like this might have been the happiest you've ever seen Miss Robinson. It seems like this is this beautiful time in her life. You see photos of this man, her husband, dressed in a white lab coat with goggles, and he's holding up some certificate that you can't really make out, but it looks like he's a successful academic of sorts. And there's pictures of her and him standing together, both of them in lab coats, holding test tubes and being all like I don't know, they just look like happy and in love, and like they're just like very smart, and they have their son, and but eventually, like once after a couple years on this timeline thing of photos, there seems to be larger and larger gaps, and eventually when the little boy looks to be about like a toddler, maybe 3 or 4 years old, the photos they seem to stop, and that album has maybe half the pages that are blank. It stops there, but there is another album, and the style of photos in the second album is very different from the first. These photos look like they're being taken maybe like through like a car window or through the window of homes. They all look like they're looking from a distance, like they're zoomed in, and the camera technology might not have been quite as good. So they're a little blurrier, but they seem to be following this young girl. Like this, you see at first the photos of through a nursery window, some woman holding this baby girl, and nursing her, and with a bottle, not breastfeeding her, and you kind of see this little girl grow up, and it's very strange. It's like watching like a time lapse, you know. And there's pictures of her in school uniform. There's pictures of her playing soccer, and in one of the photos you can see the back of a boy's head, but you can't really make out anything. You can see this blob of blonde hair, and then you flip the page and you now see the face of this young boy is Peter Robinson, or Peter Reese, but as a child, and he seems to be with his mom. In the background, you see this it's like a soccer field of some sort, and but they're sitting inside the car looking out at the soccer field. And besides that, there's pictures from vacations as the boy gets older, and the pictures of the girl kind of disappear around that time, you know, maybe as the boy turns maybe 10 or 11, like there's not as many pictures of this girl, but yeah.
Wow. Okay. I am going to take out my phone and I'm going to take pictures of like sporadically, like the page. I'm not going to get every single page. I'm going to get like some of the pictures of like following like the little girl, and then I'm definitely getting the one with Peter as all of that page that like first introduced Peter to this. Is there like any like notes written in this, like on the front or the back? Like is there any writing on the pages at all?
There are in the early photos, and you can, but they're just cute, like they're notes of like who's in the photo. You could see it says like but it's nothing that you'd like, it's nothing shocking, nothing that reveals much information to you.
So how far do the pictures go of Peter?
The pictures of Peter go until the latest ones are around maybe age 16, but like they really have petered out by then, like petered out. Like there's very few photos of Peter around that time.
Okay. I'm going to take the book and I'm going to the kitchen.
Okay. Meanwhile, in the kitchen, James, what are you looking for in the kitchen? You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, I saw this. I immediately go to that one cupboard that I opened when I first got there, and to see if the thing is still taped to the underside of the shelf.
Mm-hmm. And there's a piece of paper taped to the underside of the shelf.
I'm
and
peeling it off. Sure.
you could peel it off, and on it says Dr. Winters, and it has a phone number.
All right, I am putting that in my back pocket. Do I see anything else in the cupboard?
Nope, just cups and whatnot in the.
All right, I'm probably like rummaging through other cupboards as well, looking for places that things might be hidden.
Yeah. Can you make a burglary test?
All right. Do I have any points in burglary? I do. Should have used those more. I'll use one. Did that work? Oh. Yeah, that's a 3. That's
okay.
a 3.
Yeah, you don't find it's you find traces of like maybe like some like dust left over of what was probably Adrenal, but it doesn't look like there's any left.
Right.
But it looks like she definitely had some in here at some point in her cabinets.
I'll take a picture of the remnants of it,
mm-hmm.
and I'm just sort of like rummaging around, probably as Jemiah comes in.
James?
What?
You need to look at this.
Hmm?
And I'm gonna like turn it and like show like the beginning page, kind of like and point out like I think that these are just weird pictures. And then she's gonna flip all the way to the point where Peter shows up and point at Peter.
That like James audibly gasps when she does that.
Are you guys okay? Have you discovered new and exciting information?
Come here, Benji.
I'm on a ladder right now.
Ugh.
I'm nearly done with this dummy.
Oh, fine. And I'll take the book to Benji with the page open with Peter on it.
Do you guys remember when Mrs. Robinson yelled to Peter that he was ruining her?
Yeah.
I've been wondering about that.
Wow. How long do you think they've known each other?
Well, here's the thing. Wow, this feels really bad to say, but look. So I did a little digging the other day. And, did you know that the boy in that picture was her son? Well, it seems pretty obvious, but hold on. James looks really pained to say that. He's like, oh God. Thing is, she, like, before that, because there's, like, records of stuff, and I sort of put one and one together, but there was this one point I wasn't sure about. And thank you, Jemiah, for confirming my worst fears. I hope this is a hypothetical. But she had a daughter who was adopted. And then later she had a kid. He sort of looks at Jemiah like...
So where's all this going? What does it mean?
I think Linda and Peter are related. they have the same mom.
I'm gonna go sit down in the living room. Jemima
What?
goes and sits down.
I had a feeling, but that might make sense. That might be why there's probably a lot of like bad blood between Peter and his mom, and especially probably if they knew each other before this, because if I'm saying if like James is now pacing through the kitchen as he's like ranting, like if she is her daughter, then that means that she knew where she was at. I guess, I don't know, maybe does that work like that? I don't know, does that make sense? He's like going to Benji like, and then
Linda.
yeah, Linda, because Linda was also adopted, and I'm not saying that just because one is adopted then that's automatically the other adoption, but like I don't know, I can't remember if the times make sense, but if this is true, then that makes sense why Mrs. Robinson hated what's happening there. I might be very wrong. If I'm very wrong, then I hope I'm very wrong.
Daniel, you're parked out in the RV while all this is happening. You know, you were cooking, making all kinds of fancy dishes, and you had lots of pots and pans to clean up. And as you're washing your pots and pans and looking out the window above the sink, you do see the Goodmans pulling onto their driveway, and that is where we're gonna end.
So what does that make Sally?
This week.
Very unfortunate.
Oh man.
You are a child of misfortune.
I have so much anxiety now.
Oh my
I'm just
god,
whistling to myself as I hang up a dummy.
what a great episode.
Oh my gosh.
So much happened.
Well, everyone, we do have credits to outro too, but we do ask you to look at our social links. They're in the credits as well, to be fair. Go and check all them out. Also check out our sponsors, the Deck of Many, who make the Deck of Many things, and also the Deck of Animated Spell cards currently on sale on their website. Also check out Mage Hand Press, who make expansions for 5e, including Dark Matter, which we play on Thursdays, and you can see there. Go and check out all of these wonderful people around the screen. They're all fantastic, and they're involved in fantastic projects, and you can see all of their information in these upcoming credits. Until next week, keep on evoking emotions. We'll be back at the same time on Monday, and in a couple of hours, we'll be back with Dunera. We look forward to seeing you both times. Keep on evoking emotions, everyone. Bye.